This call is now being recorded.
Josh, well, thanks for calling today. So I want to ask you whether you've played Atlantic City before.
I have. I've played it a few times now, actually, and love playing up there. You know, it's a different market for us because it's a long way from us, obviously, but it's a great place to go and play. There's a lot of great country music fans up there, and they're always excited to see us because we don't get up there that often. And like I say, when we do go, that they're really excited. And actually, I did a live record for Cracker Barrel that came out last year called Live Across America, and we actually took the recording of Why Don't We Just Dance from playing there in Atlantic City, and it ended up on the record. So all the folks in Atlantic City can go check out that record and enjoy it.
I'm sorry, which was it that was recorded in Atlantic City?
Yeah, it was recorded in Atlantic City.
Yeah, which track though?
Why Don't We Just Dance?
Oh, okay. So do you record, each track came from a different venue, right? That was sort of the concept of the album.
Yep.
Are you kind of surveying all the hits or focusing on the last record? Or?
On that record?
No, I was saying your live show. What are your plans for the live show?
Oh, my live show, yeah. I mean, obviously we're playing all the hits that everybody, knows and loves. And, beyond that, here lately we've just really been playing a lot of the music from my current record, Punching Bag. And, it's just a high energy, traditional flavored country show. We bring in our own set, our own lights, our own video. So not only are you going to get a great sounding show, but you're going to get a great looking show. So you're getting a lot for your money when you buy a ticket to my show.
And does your wife still travel with you? Is she still performing, or is she with the kids? Or?
Yeah, she's still out there on the road with me, and we're having a good time. And it's just where we feel like we should be right now. So it's a lot of fun traveling as a family.
And do the kids come to them?
Yeah, they're out there with us.
So how is that? Performers don't they stays home. They're on the road. What do you like about it? Do you like the togetherness, or just keeping sound life going while you're out there?
Well, like I said, we just feel like that's what we're supposed to be doing right now, and we can't imagine doing it any other way. Obviously, my wife has a talent to play and sing, and she wants to use that, and our boys love going out on the road with us. They love getting on the bus and traveling and seeing new places and new things and meeting new people, and so we always try to make it a fun trip when we're out there. We're not the kind that just stays on the bus all the time and hangs around the venue. We always try to get out and do fun things, and so that's kind of a learning experience for them, and I feel like it enriches them when it comes time to do their schoolwork and learn things about our country.
Were you listening to like George Jones, or who was some of the people that inspired you?
I've always been a fan of George, but I've always referred to my heroes as my Mount Rushmore of country music, and it was five guys, and it was Randy Travis, Johnny Cash, John Anderson, Vern Gosdin, and Hank Williams. Those five guys really made a huge impact on me vocally, as a songwriter, as an artist, as a person. Anytime you listen to any one of my songs, you can hear little bits and pieces of any one of those five guys. And yeah, I mean, but beyond that, you got George Jones, Merle Haggard, Don Williams, Marty Robbins. There's just a slew of other people, Ernest Tubb, that I grew up listening to, Alan Jackson, on and on.
Now, you had before you really started your career, you had those local issues, I think, that you were able to address. So do you take extra now to preserve your voice, or?
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, it's a daily thing. You know, my voice, it takes a little while to kind of warm up. You know, but when I finally do get it warmed up, you know, it's something that, you know, I can do a lot with, and so I just have to. I can't take it for granted. I have to work at it. I have to take care of it. I have to rest it and make sure I'm, you know, drinking plenty of water throughout the day to keep it hydrated, and you know, just all those things, you know, as if you know, I mean, I'm in some ways I go about it as an athlete would, because you know your vocal cords are muscles, and you have to take care of them. You have to work them out. You have to warm them up. You have to stretch them, and so that's kind of what I have to do each and every day to maintain, you know, my vocal health, because especially, you know, during our busy time of the year, which is right now, you know, it can be pretty taxing and pretty strenuous. So like I said, I just have to make sure it's in good working order.
Now it's been, I think, 10 years since you broke through with Long Black Train. So I'm curious, you know, what memories of that time with that song did you have any sense it was going to be the big album and the big thing that was going to, you know, push you through, or do you not know things until after the record comes out?
That's a good question, because I wrote Long Black Train by myself, and it was just one of those things. I didn't really think anybody would want to hear it. I thought it was too old-fashioned, too old-timey, and I played it for one friend of mine, and that was all it took, because she wanted me to play it for, you know, all these other people, and then it turned into me doing a demo for it at Belmont University here in Nashville, and so that just kind of, you know, started a snowball. I started doing it for recitals and seminars and you know, different classes at Belmont, and then I ended up playing it for a couple of publishers in town, and that led to a publishing deal, a production deal, and then eventually a record deal. And so, like I say, this song just kind of, you know, had a life of its own, and it was the first song I sang at the Grand Ole Opry for my debut, and I got 2 standing ovations and an encore. And then it became the title track of my first record. And a lot of people think that it was actually my first single, but it wasn't. My first single was She'll Go On You, and it stalled on the charts at around 45. And, you know, mainly because my whole promotion team at the label got let go. So when everything kind of got put back together, the label said, you know what, we need to put out a song that's, you know, that's totally Josh Turner. And so they picked Long Black Train, and I thought they were crazy. I'm like, you know, they're picking this old-timey, old-fashioned gospel song that's had some success here in town, but I just didn't know how it would fly on commercial country radio. But then when they put it out, they had to work at it pretty hard, but man, you know, when it started being played, you know, the fans and the listeners just really gravitated towards it, and it changed a lot of people's lives, and even saved some people's lives in some instances. And so it's been a signature song of mine for sure, and so that's definitely a song we have to play every night.
So how do you still stay, you know, relevant, you know, with, you know, changing tastes and you know, changing personnel? So how do you keep going with, you know, being a force on radio?
That's a good question, and I wish there was an easy answer for that. But honestly, I just have to, you know, at the end of the day, I have to do what I feel right about, and what I feel right about in my heart. And, you know, just you know, cut songs that I love. But at the same time, you know, I really try to pay attention to what's going on out there, and whether or not I like it, you know, is a whole other issue. But you know, I do start asking myself, you know, how can I make my kind of music fit into that mold, and how can I, you know, continue to appeal to the proper audience and all that without compromising who I am and my integrity and who I am as an artist. And so it's like I say, it's not an easy answer. Like I say, I try to make sure I pay attention and make sure I cut songs that I know and you know, that I'm going to be fine with singing, you know, years from now. So like I say, it's just it really down to the songs and what the audience is out there.
And the last thing I wanted to ask you about is you mentioned the Grand Ole Opry. I know you were inducted several years ago. So I clearly appreciate the tradition of country music. What does that mean to you to become a member?
It's a huge honor. The Grand Ole Opry obviously, allowed me to step onto their stage back in 2001, and I guess I proved myself, by having such a great reaction at my debut, and it's just, it's been like the second home to me here in town, and there's just so many people out there that treat us like family, and it's just it's something that no other genre of music has. No other genre of music has a Grand Ole Opry. They don't have a radio show that's been running that long and that continuously, and that just becomes such a mother church and a flagship for our style of music. And so to be an official member of that family is like I say, it's a huge honor and it's a huge responsibility.
Hey, and so tell me about the rest of this year. You get more tour dates and then hanging up with going to making the record year, and any other plans you want to talk about?
Well, I've already kind of started the process on working towards the next record. Just still writing and gathering songs and going through that whole sifting process. But yeah, we're working a lot still on the road. We got quite a few more days to do this year, and the crowds have been really great, and we've just been having a ball out on the road, and like I say, just trying to get through our busy season so we can kind of kick back and relax a little bit, and really focus in on this new record stuff.
And so you think it'll be out next year? Or?
If everything goes as planned, yes.
Okay, great. Well, I think that's everything on my list of questions. So thanks a lot for calling in so early in the morning. I appreciate it.
Okay, no problem. Thanks, Rob.